Hi, everyone. Hi, Bumblebee. Uh, Hi, Riri. Bumblebee says there's three people here. Maybe that's counting me. Yeah, can y'all tell that I wait till exactly 7:30? I'm one of those people. I'm usually never late. I'm always early, usually, like for appointments and things like that. I get there ahead of time. I'm never late. It drives me crazy that one of my kids is always late. Uh, I usually just work that into the time that we would tell her what time to come. Like if it was for Christmas Eve or anything where we had to all show up. Well, unlike yesterday, where I didn't feel very good yesterday and I was so tired and I just didn't feel like doing anything, so I didn't. Uh, but today, hi Diane. Today I had a lot more energy, and I'm just wondering, when I was thinking about that, I was wondering if it was because I knew Samantha was coming. So there would be somebody here to talk to, and maybe that's why had more energy and felt better. I don't know. Anyway, I took advantage of it that I was feeling good and had some energy. Usually I have energy in the morning and it sort of, goes away depends on the day. Today I had energy all the way up till like 5 o'clock. But I washed clothes while she was here. I washed clothes and I hung clothes out on the line again. I was out there just enjoying myself doing that. And that seems probably really weird to people, but it was so nice out today. It was quite warm, but it hadn't got humid yet. And it was breezy. And they said there was a 20% chance of rain. So I was taking the chance of hanging clothes out that it wasn't going to rain, and it didn't. So I was just hanging the clothes out and listening to the birds and enjoying myself. It's funny the things you enjoy when you get old. They're sure different than what you enjoyed when you were young. The things that I enjoyed back then, well, most of them I can't do now, so that's why I wouldn't enjoy them. But yeah, I talked to my son yesterday, and he wants to take me to the fair. The Medina County Fair is going on right now. It's a really nice fair, lots of animals and things. I used to go every year, but I can't walk the fair. Uh, he says he's going to try to get a wheelchair. I No, I would rather him just come here with the kids and them come here and spend some time here. But he says no, we need to go to the fair. So I don't know if he's really going to come Saturday or not, but I think I made it quite plain to him that I cannot walk. See, he hasn't been here in such a long time. He hasn't been here since early spring, maybe before that. Uh, my walking has gotten worse and worse, and it's not because I'm just not doing anything. It's because my back is getting worse and my hips. So I don't know. I don't know what he'll do. But um, he's, I think he's 50. I don't think he's 59 yet. Maybe he is. I'd have to figure that out. But he says that has 25 years in his job and he can retire at 85% of his pension when he's 60. So he's thinking of doing that because his back isn't good and his knees are terrible. He needs to have some surgery done. Yeah, he wants to enjoy some time. Although Carl does everything to enjoy himself. Uh, he golfs every weekend in the summer. The only reason I think that he can come out here on Saturday is because the golf thing that they were supposed to be in was canceled. So I don't know. Hi, Claire. You said, well, after 5 to 10 and an arm surgery, I don't know what that 5, 10 means. I guess I'm good for another 100 years. Yes, good for you. Uh, oh, stents. Well, yeah, you're all put back together. You can't, the stents will keep your heart working good. Go to the fair, rent a scooter. I don't know if they have a scooter. I don't know what they have there. I haven't been there in a few years. And make family memories. Uh, he didn't even know what the kids and Linda were doing, so I think this was just his idea off the cuff. So we'll see. But I think I made it pretty plain to him I can't walk. I used to go there all the time. I never went back by the big rides. I always stayed. We would watch the 4-H, the horses in the rings, and then I would go. One time I just went by myself, and I just went to all the animal barns. I watched the 4-H kids show off their goats and their chickens. And I went to the little pig barn, and there's always one pig that has little piglets. And then there's a goat barn and a horse barn and a cow barn. Yeah. See, that's the kind of things on a fair in the fair I like. They have the huge Belgian horses that are just humongous. I love big horses. I love draft horses, and they're like one of the biggest. You can hardly reach their head to pet them. They're huge. Their feet are like dinner plates. Someplace I have a wonderful picture of a couple blonde, light-colored Belgian horses with the sun shining down on their manes. And I'll have to look up that picture. I don't know what happened to it. Uh, yeah, I'll have to go look. Well, I've been working on my next YouTube about the 40s and the 50s. It's going to be about things that we ate, dinner times, and how they had to ration, all about rationing during the war in the 40s. And yeah. So I'm just about ready to make that. Maybe tomorrow. So what has everybody been doing? I Had a frightening thing happen last night. I just came in here to see if I had sold anything else, and I had sold 2 more items on eBay, and then 2 more items showed up on Poshmark in the solds, you know, but I didn't get a label. I didn't get a mailing label in my email. So I was looking and looking and looked to make sure I didn't erase anything, made sure it didn't go to the, another category, and it hadn't come through. So I was without a label. I had sold 2 items, and I couldn't, package them and put a label on. So that was kinda worrisome. So I fiddled around, tried to get another label or tried to get a label to print, and it wouldn't come through. It would not go to my email. So something was wrong. So I quit my mail and put it on, and it still wouldn't work. So if you search around on Poshmark, you can find where to put, it's not a real person you talk to. I didn't find that, but I found where I can write, um, to the support line. So I wrote what was happening, and within an hour, they answered back and said that they were having trouble with the labels. Thank goodness it wasn't just me. And they would, I had a case number and everything, and they were going to work on it. And I didn't have to do anything. And it just said, watch your mail, you know. So this morning, I think by 10 o'clock, they were there, both labels. So good, because now I'm kind of afraid to to sell anything. I haven't even looked to see. No labels have come through. And yeah, so I never had that happen before. Talk is cheap. He says he's arrived. Love bug. Well, good. I'm glad you came back. I hope I didn't insult you. Uh, Bumblebee said they ate chicken a la king. We had that too. Yeah, I forgot about chicken a la king. Uh, Claire says, I was watching a cute YouTube video of foods that were popular in the 50s and 60s, like pigs in a blanket, chicken a la king. It was kind of cute. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching some videos about the 40s and, well, mostly about rationing because I was very little when my mom was using the ration books to go grocery shopping. Um, Actually, it started in May of 1942, exactly when I was born. And the first thing to get rationed was sugar. Wouldn't you know it? And then I was born. Uh, but yeah, I learned a lot about it. It's very interesting. The 30s and 40s would have been cool to grow up in. Well, I don't know. That was during the Depression. In the 30s, was it during the Depression? I don't think that would have been so cool. The 40s, yeah, even though the war was still going on. Um, yeah, the 40s and 50s for sure. When I was growing up, me and my sister and I, it was the best time. Uh, yeah, when I look at things about the 30s, that was pretty. Yeah, there's a lot of people hurting in the 30s from the Depression. Ah, So, what has everybody been doing? I got my clothes washed and hung out and dried, and oh, I got a new clothes rack, one of the nice wood ones, Amish made wood ones. I had another one, I told you this before. I had another one, but I left it out for 2 winters and it just fell apart. Uh, I was gonna save it though. I had it sort of put back together, but when I tried to move it today to another spot, it just, yeah, more things were breaking. So I just collapsed it down and I'm going to get rid of that one. I put my new one up and yeah, so it's by the back door. It's just to hang things out. If you just have a few things, you can just run them out and hang them out to dry. My clothesline is like across my yard. I mean, it's close, but I just use that when I have a load of wash. So I wanted to call my sister today and I just didn't get to it. And then when I thought I was going to do it this evening, I remembered I can't. I'm coming on to talk to you guys. So, Sue, if you're here, I'm probably going to call you later or tomorrow. I call her every couple weeks. Uh, you're in, is that San Francisco, California? I'm in Ohio. Where are you? Uh, Jackie C. Hi, hi. Yeah, welcome. Well, the other good thing about today, Ohio, okay. Oh, you're in Denver. I've been there. Yeah, we flew into Denver. When we went skiing, my husband and I. That was one of our ski trips to the Rockies. And you fly into Denver, and I couldn't get over how the Rockies. Now, I learned this in school, but you don't realize until you see it. The Rockies just all of a sudden spring up out of the earth. It's not like here where you have the Appalachians, the those mountains where they're just sort of you start with rolling hills and it gets, higher. But the Rockies, it's something else. Yeah, it was beautiful. I would have liked to see them in the summer too, but we never went back in the summer. We just went in to ski. Ah, you just got home. Hi, guitar guy. Yeah, I had a pretty good day today. I sold a couple things earlier, but I stuck them out to get for the mail lady to take, so they'd get them sort of a day early. So actually, I don't have anything in my bin, but I did sell a couple things today. I got my since yesterday was the end of July, I always put in my budget book. I have to add on to my income of what I've made, um, for reselling. So this was a good month compared to, not compared to how it used to be, but compared to last month where I only had made like 900 and some dollars from all the things. I made $1,023.88. So yeah, over a little over $1,000. So a little better than last month. Um, Riri says she lived in California, Colorado Springs for a few years and went to Denver many times. Yes, the mountains are beautiful. Yes. Yeah, I would have liked, like I said, I would have liked to see them also in the summertime, but we didn't go back. I guess by that time we had opened an antique shop and we were busy doing that. Uh, at that time, we were past our skiing days. You know, once you go out and you ski in the Rockies, and then you ski up north in the Canada, up in the big mountains, Mount Tremblant we went to, then it sort of spoils skiing here in Ohio and in Pennsylvania and New York. It's nothing the same. It's not the same. So, yeah, we didn't ski much after that, but we got busy doing other things. Uh, Colorado, or guitar guy says his mother graduated from high school from Colorado Springs. Yeah, I bet that's beautiful. Yeah, so I made a little bit more money this month, which is good. Fun fact, born and raised in Denver, and I've never been to ski. Oh dear. You know why? I think the main reason why we quit skiing, it wasn't that we got busy doing other things. Once you start worrying about falling, and once you think about falling and maybe breaking your hip, it takes all the fun out of it. I think that's when we quit. When we realized we could actually really hurt ourselves. Ah, my daughter was asking me where her skis ever went. And she was all upset that I said, well, we sold them or got rid of all the stuff in the attic when we moved. I mean, the kids at that age, they weren't of any help whatsoever. They were teenagers and they weren't into helping with the cleaning out the house and getting ready to move. So, yeah, you're great. Wait a minute, guitar guy says. My grandpa helped design computers in Cheyenne Mountain for movie war games. Huh. But that's interesting. So did you pick up a computer mine from him in the 60s, moved back in the late 80s to help update the system? Well, you must be. Or that him? NORAD. Wow. Yeah. So is that why didn't you say you sell games and things on eBay? No, you're not as savvy on computers. I'm sure I'm not better than you. If you're a gamer, oh, you don't do games? Okay. What do you sell, guitar guy? Riri says, I saw NORAD in the mountain. Ah, collectibles, sports, stuff, and music. Okay. Electronics. Yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to be the most profitable thing to sell on eBay is something in electronics, uh, also gaming, but there's a lot of gamers out there on it. But yeah, anything in electronics, anything to do with computers and phones and that type of thing. And guitars, yeah. I remember the guitars because my son collects them. Hmm. He hasn't said he's gotten any new ones lately. I'm trying to declutter. I'm trying to get rid of things, which is very hard. You know, I watch I watch YouTube videos on people that try to dwindle down their things and declutter. And I've tried it a couple times, and I just get stuck and end up not getting rid of hardly anything, which is really dumb at my age. I don't know why I want all this stuff because everything I picked up had a memory attached to it. That's why. Uh, yeah, you can. It's guitar says you can see NORAD from the valley at night in the side of Cheyenne Mountain. I don't even know where that is. When we were out skiing, besides skiing, we took rented some snowmobiles. That was fun. I had never driven a snowmobile, but evidently I did okay. I didn't crash or turn over. So I should be okay in the store with one of those carts, right? You can see Pikes Peak in the background. Ah, here's somebody. Wait, Showgirls Around the World, a dancer family. What state are you in? I'm in Ohio. That is a long name. Ah, yes, where are you from? Showgirls Around the World, a dancer family. Ah, ah, you have some dear friends in Ohio. Yeah, this is a nice, I like Ohio. I think as far as weather goes, we're very lucky in Ohio. I think I said this before. We don't get many bad storms. We get thunderstorms and uh, once in a great while a tornado will go through here, but not very often. So we don't get hurricanes. We usually don't get tornadoes. Yeah, but we do get snow. Yeah. But I like the different seasons, 4 seasons. I had a chance to move to Florida, to sell this place and to live in the place I had in Florida after my husband died. But it just didn't appeal to me. Mm. You're in Destin, Florida. Yeah, we had a place on Anna Maria Island in the Gulf off Sarasota there. Probably know where that is. Mm. Yes, welcome. I'm glad you found me. You don't care for the seasons, you can't stand the winter. Well, a lot of people in Florida, that's why they're there. Yeah, there's a lot of Ohio people went to Florida. Uh, my husband's parents, they're the ones that bought that house on Anna Maria uh, when he retired. And yeah, and they were from Ohio, went to Florida, get out of the weather. Florida is really nice if you stay about mid Florida and up. It's pretty decent price wise and storm wise. Yeah. We were on the island for 2 hurricanes. We didn't leave. Well, one was barely a hurricane, it was just right at the edge of a tropical storm. The other one was maybe a category 2 hurricane. They had closed the bridges and we were stuck there because my husband wouldn't leave his boat. Wouldn't leave his boat because it's tied to a dock. And if you don't keep going over there and loosening the tie of your boat, it sinks your boat when the water, rises. Levin in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Who's all here? Home and away here. You lived in Florida for years, moved back to New York 4 years ago. Now, see, there's somebody that has to like seasons. Hmm. You were in lower Florida. That's more expensive and more storms. Yeah, well, it's sort of mid. Yeah, Tampa, Sarasota, Siesta Key in that area. It's on the west coast. I like the west coast though, the Gulf side better than the other side, the east coast. It is beautiful. But man, so hot. And my husband liked to go there in June and July during tarpon season. And that was just horrendously hot. I can remember sitting on the rail of the boat, just pouring water over myself, buckets of water. But the water was warm. It barely cooled you off. It was terrible. Uh, yeah, you had to be going fast in the boat to get any relief. Home and away. You were about 2 hours north of Sarasota. Yeah. Uh, Showgirl says had a power boat that went under at the dock. Yeah. Tourists that owned it never around. The bilge pumped stopped. Oh dear. Was it a huge boat? Mm. Ours was ours is, well, it's in the dry. It's out here now. My my son loved to go fishing with my uh, husband. So my husband left him the boat, and there it sits. Now it's still sitting on in my property here because it's free. to be here. It's a 24-foot, and I can't think of the name of it. Uh, it has a cabin. It's a cabin boat. Maria Brunetti. Hi, Shirley. Longtime viewer. First time catching me live. I'm only an hour from you. Well, hi. Another Ohio person. Yes, I like Ohio too. It's fine. I weather myself through the winters. If it's too cold or if you get snowed in, you just stay in. I have a fireplace. Uh, that's my greatest fear in the winter is losing power because when I lose power, I lose everything. Because I have a well, I have septic, I have a boiler for heat. So yeah, when the electricity goes out, everything stops, even the water, because the pump is electric. So I have looked into you can get my water well is out front. It's just a pipe, you can tell what it is. But you can get something installed in there that's a pump that you can hand pump. So it's for those, if your electricity goes out, you can still get water from it. Right now I can't. So, yeah. But I won't freeze to death because I have a fireplace and I make sure that I have enough wood to get me through the winter. Ah, yes, July and August, hottest of the month. Also September. I think September in Florida is horrible. Ah, yeah. Our favorite months were October, May and October. That's when we tried to go until my husband found out the tarpons ran through there in July, in June or July, I forget which one. And then it was, yeah, that's when he wanted to go. Still tied up with dock lines. It was like the neighborhood joke of the year, the sunken boat. Oh dear. I bet he wasn't laughing. Your friend Woody lives in Ohio with his charming English wifey of years. Yeah, it's amazing all the people that come on here that have found me from all over the United States. And I have people from Australia and Britain come and visit. Uh, Lots of fishing rodeos in Destin. My husband up here in Ohio, my husband used to enter bass fishing tournaments. Not all the time, but every once in a while. He had 3 or 4 guys that they would always want to do that. They never won any big money, but they like to do it. Kiki, hi. Judy Fisher's here. Hi. Uh, I'm live. Everybody sees me on. Yeah, this must be a good time to be on because, yes, of course, when the people from Australia tune in, they're just getting up in the morning. It's real early. for them. Ah, 11 in the chat. That was up there. Well, I'm glad you all came to see me. Usually, well, Samantha was here today, but usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I do have these little chats, it's usually the only people I get to talk to all day, all week. Uh, yeah. Yes, mornings or evenings, great for lives. Yes, I'm a reseller. I resell on eBay and Poshmark and sometimes a little bit on Mercari. 15. We're up to 15 now. Uh, I started selling on eBay a long time ago. When I started, it was probably 12 years ago or more. But when I got serious about it, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago that I've been doing this, daily thing. And Bumblebee talked me into doing more on Poshmark. She's a Poshmarker. So now I do that too, and it's getting better. You didn't like Mercari at all. I don't like it particularly either. They made it kind of tempting now that they don't take any fees. So what you sell it for is what you get. Uh, eBay was banging in 2001. That's true. See, I remember the years, even when I started. That was before I started, but um, even when I started, it was really good. Yeah, I was totally pet. We had 3 horses. We totally paid for a horse board and any horse problems. Horses cost a fortune. And, you know, you have to have vets, you have to have dentists, you have to have farriers. It's not just having a cute horse in the barn. Things go wrong constantly with horses. Uh, you could sell a used hairpin for $100 on eBay in 24 hours back then. Yeah, it's it's certainly different now. I don't know. Why do you think it got different? Do you think it's just overcrowded, or it was different then? Everything was auction. Most everything was on auction, and people bid as soon as you put something on. It was a lot more fun than doing auctions now. Auctions now aren't any fun. Everybody waits till the very last second to try to get something for nothing. Uh, yeah. But yeah, forget. I had an antique shop, so we sold some antiques and I sold some coins. Forget what the first things I sold were. But then I didn't start really selling things seriously when I started selling clothes. And the reason I picked clothes is like everybody else, it's easy to ship and it's easy to pack and it's easy to find. A huge platform now, overloaded with sellers. You think that's, yeah, probably. Everybody's a seller. Everybody's a seller. Um, Everybody wants to work for themselves now. It's much different than it used to be. So people think of selling on eBay or Amazon or whatever. And my daughter, who does the gig work of delivering groceries and delivery stuff, she thinks everybody that wants to work for themselves is doing that because that's getting overcrowded. So that has done the same thing. It started out back during the plague, COVID, and it was really good for them. And then it sort of dropped off after that. But a lot of people got into it when it was really good. And now more and more people are still going in it, and it's just like eBay. It's not near as good now as it used to be. Yeah, I don't s yeah. I did sell antiques and breakables for a while, but I soon decided that wasn't me when I went frantically hunting for a box when you'd sell something. Uh, yeah, and it took forever to pack things up. Yeah, it's so much easier to do clothes. Harry Humstone. Hi, Harry. You sell it if it's old. I bought it and you buy it and resell it. Yes, good. That's what I used to do too. But yeah, I'm still tempted when I see something, and then I don't really want to buy it for myself because I'm trying to declutter here. Uh, Jackie C says, I'm retired and need supplemental income. I enjoy it and it keeps me busy. Yes. I don't know what I do without reselling because you're right. It keeps me busy. It keeps my mind busy. And now YouTube is doing that too. That's keeping me busy. And you always have to learn things. So I enjoy learning new things. Yeah. Clothes are pretty good. They're just yes, they're very long tail normally, unless you can get a really bolo, good brand, which I don't get around here. Uh, hi, hi, Harry. I'm glad you're here. Guitar guy says, "Hi, Harry. Seems like old stuff now is us old people sending to other old people." Younger gen wants video games and that's it, and you don't do video games. Yeah, they're not interested in antiques at all. I have things passed down from generations, and I have nobody to give it to in my family. Nobody wants it. Yeah, it's really a shame. Used to like to sell Hot Wheels and toys, and then when you were older and the kids got bigger, you started selling typewriters, Coleman lanterns, and art glass. Yeah, but see, that's a big packing nightmare. Uh, Interesting, but yeah. Mm. You love to hit yard sales. I buy stuff cheap, and some of the stuff I make a pretty nice profit. I bet yard sales are really, if you sell that kind of thing, yard sales are the best to get things at really good prices and sometimes get things that you'd never find in the thrift stores. Yeah, we used to do a lot of garage sailing, my husband and I, when we had an antique shop. Uh, don't you love the newbies? They're all upset when clothes didn't sell in 30 days. Yeah, I have things on here 3 years. Uh, uh, ah, yeah, Harry, I'm glad you joined us. Some of the old antique furniture stuff. Luckily, my daughter just moved out and took the old rocking chair and the coffee table. Yeah, we sold antique furniture too, and we redid a lot of things. We rehabbed a lot of antique stuff because I liked the kind of antiques I liked was more primitive country antiques, and you could do that kind of stuff to it. So yeah, I have antiques here. Nobody's going to want it. I told my kids about the couple pieces they should really talk to somebody about before they sell it for $25. Uh, typewriters easy to send. There's always a video on YouTube on how to properly package something. Yeah, your your ex-husband used an old typewriter to something, I can't read that, to jack with car titles, real valuable to crooks. Oh dear. Ah, vintage electronics are hot, even if they don't work. People buy them for parts. Yes. Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know enough about electronics. Uh, the stuff I know about the computers is it has to be on the Mac. It has to be something I'm using. Yeah. Yep. You sent 50-pound speakers before, 4 foot tall. Like Carrie said, all in that packaging. I remember those speakers. When we lived in Parma Heights, we had a stereo system that had those huge speakers, floor speakers. Yeah. Mid Florida has free play convention every year, so all that old junk they pay bank for. Free play. Facebook Marketplace is a good place to sell antiques. Have them meet you at a public place like a shopping center or parking lot. I've never had a problem yet. I only sold one thing that way, a chandelier. I sold a chandelier and it turned out fine, but I've heard horror stories about that. See, I would just go meet people at in town, and that's only 7 miles from here, and in the parking lot of the police station. That's where I would go. But yeah, yeah, that's I think I bought something on Facebook Marketplace. I bought a piece of furniture. It must have been when I was brave because I went there to their house and in their house and looked at it. They were so nice, though. They brought it. It was like it was like 30 miles away, 20 miles away. They brought it here and even brought it in the house and set it where I wanted it. That was a few years ago. But that's the only thing I ever bought, and the only thing I ever sold was the chandelier. Yeah, you and guitar guy Harry seem to be pretty the same. Huh. Oh, yeah, I remember hi-fi, then quadraphonic sound. Yep. I can remember my parents when that first came out, hi-fi, when records first came out, they were hi-fi, and they had a record player that played. You love all electronics, radios, tubes, testing equipment, old microphones, all that stuff goes pretty quickly. And most of the stuff I have, I put untested for parts or repair and still gets a nice profit. Yeah, yes, you must be very, really into that. And I heard that that does really well. I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah, meet at Sheets or someplace like that. Someplace, lots of people and well lit. Uh, Harry says he's a new subscriber. Thank you, Harry. Hopefully, I'll catch you again on another one of your lives when you're talking old. That's right up your alley. Well, good. I talk old a lot of times. And I've been pretty much the last year, I've been on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings at 7:30. Then I do a What Sold for the week on Sundays at 4. That's live too. My recorded videos are about miscellaneous things. And yeah, I'm doing a series now about growing up in the 40s and the 50s. I have to get one on this week. Bryland Farm, yes, you almost missed me because it's almost time for the cat's insulin. Ah, Bryland, I think I said something about the birds, your birds today. Sometimes I put when I'm in the kitchen or what, I would put you on the TV, your garden video, because you have such wonderful birds. That's all you can hear at your place. Ah, I told you that one of my Carolina wrens came right to the window when they heard it. Uh, Quad was good. Then there's King of the Road kind of stuff. Yeah. Record players and albums are hot right now. Young generation is picking up. Yeah, records have come right back, I think. I see people in the thrift stores looking at the records all the time. Showgirls, some of that 70s hi-fi stuff is very good and desirable. I've done on Pioneer receivers. Ah, I just saw We Are the World album. Really? That's going for $100? I didn't think that was old enough, but yeah. Oh, you saw I said that. Yeah. Yes, I know Bob White. Not Bob White, but the bird. Bob White, Bob White. Those are your favorite. You need to pull out your albums. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any more record albums at all. I don't have any. I have CDs. It's about the oldest thing I have. Those Walmart record players are trash. I used to work there. Okay. Uh, that album sold in less than 24 hours. Wow. You Are the World. You're talking about Michael Jackson's You Are the World? Oh, I hear about all the stuff I find and do once in a while. I do some what sold on eBay. Are you on YouTube, Harry? Are you talking about being on YouTube? It sounds like Brian. We Are the World. Good because documentary on Netflix. Ah, you price yours according to the year. I don't care what the other chumps sell for. Ah, you have the Prince, Rick James type music, high school in the 80s. Okay. Yeah. Well, Prince should do well, wouldn't you think? Because a lot of people love Prince. Yeah, I saw that special, the We Are the World conglomeration. I saw that special that was on maybe last year. That was so good. The video, uh, they had it on, I don't know what they had it on, but it was a special. It was excellent. Mm, Rick James. Yeah. You didn't like Prince? I never really listened to it either, but my daughter liked him a lot. Well, I hate to leave you guys in the middle of this conversation, but between 8:30 and 9, I have a little time. I have to give my cat insulin. Uh, my daughter was born in 65. We are the Shirleys World. Yeah, you're my gang. You didn't care for the We Are the World. Very nice to meet you and see you in the future. Take care of everybody. Have a great evening. You too, Harry. I'm so glad you've come. And please, well, you said you subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you have a YouTube channel, let us know. We'll visit you. Just grab that cat and give it insulin right here. Should. Well, I have to feed it, make sure she's eating, which is no problem. And then, you feed, then you shoot. Feed, then shoot. And if you're going to test, you test. But I don't test every day. She's 2 years younger than me. Ah, okay. Yeah, take care, Harry. I'm going to go too. Showgirls, you have a YouTube channel? Anybody that has a YouTube channel, put it on here. We'd like to raid your channel. We'd like to come over there. Uh, you sure do. Well, what is it? Is it named the same thing as this? Showgirls Around the World? Yeah, okay, it's your name. Well, I'm going to look you up. Correctamundo. Correctamundo. I remember that saying. How old are you? That's not nice to say, but I think you're like, I don't know, you're middle aged at least. Yeah, you. Ah. If I can tell my age, I'm 82. Uh, older than the hills, younger than the trees. Okay. Oh. All right. I'm going to disappear here a minute, and I will see you on Sunday at 4 o'clock to tell you what I sold this week. You have a great night too, everybody. I'll see you then. Bye.